Welcome back. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, rabies is a preventable viral disease of mammals, most often transmitted through the bite of a rabid animal. The vast majority of rabies cases reported by the CDC each year occur in wild animals like raccoons, skunks, bats, and foxes. Joining us to discuss this important health issue is the Wake County Animal Center Director, Dr. Jennifer Federico. Thank you so much for being here.
Hi, good morning.
We tend to do this almost every year, talk about rabies. Why do you think it's still such an important health issue to talk about?
Although it is a preventable disease, if you do contract it, it is fatal. And it is in our population of wildlife. So we're still seeing it very frequently in our raccoons, our foxes. And we have wonderful weather here in North Carolina, so we're out and about and interacting with these animals. So it just needs to be on our radar and to make sure our pets are safe and our families are safe.
What constitutes rabies exposure?
So anytime you get bitten by a mammal, so even a dog or cat, and then your wildlife, if you get bitten and it draws blood, you're exposed. So with our dogs and cats, we're going to put them on a 10-day quarantine to make sure they don't show any signs of rabies, and then you're fine. With wildlife, we're going to actually test them for rabies.
If a pet comes in contact with a suspected rabid animal, what should the owners do next?
So what you want to do is if your pet's up to date on their rabies vaccination and they've actually had contact with that animal, take them to your veterinarian. Typically, they'll just get a booster vaccine. And you should also call animal control and let them know of that exposure, because they'll also evaluate if there's anything for you to be worried about as a person and if you need to be referred to our communicable disease team.
And as a homeowner, obviously bats can be something that could be frightening for many when we consider that they can also be carriers of this virus. What are some tips you can share with those as it relates to possible exposure to bats?
So bats are really difficult because their bites are so small. So if you even see a bat in your home, now as an adult, you'll know if the bat comes in contact with you. But if it's during the night, it's considered an exposure. Or if there are children or pets in the home, it's considered an exposure because the bites are going to be so small, they're difficult to find. And the risk of assuming that you weren't bitten could be potentially fatal. So you definitely want to call animal control, let them know if you have a bat in your home, because we want to catch it. Don't let the bat out of the house. Call animal control, let us catch it and test it, because we want to know if you were truly exposed to rabies or if the bat tested negative. So that's a big thing. We don't want, a lot of owners just want to get the flying thing out of their house. Don't do that. Keep them in your home, call animal control. If you can shut that room off that the bat is in, shut the door, put something at the bottom of your door, because they can easily go under doorways, and call animal control. A bat in the home is considered an emergency. Now, if the bats are in your attic, it is not considered an emergency. Animal control won't come out for bats in the attic. You need to call a critter management place to deal with the bats in the attic. But if they're in your living space, in your home, call animal control immediately.
When there is a need to call animal control, obviously citizens, depending on where they live, will have to call a specific number. How can they find that information?
So all of that information is on the WakeGOV.com/pets website under our animal control section. If you live in the city of Raleigh, Cary, Garner, or Holly Springs, they have their own animal control units, and you'll call their direct numbers. The remaining areas of Wake County come to Wake County Animal Control, and all of those phone numbers are on that page.
And where can citizens find out more about this important health issue?
The CDC has a wonderful site going over every option of rabies from people to pets. And if your pets need to be boosted, you should check out our www.wakegov.com/pets and look at under our events section for our upcoming rabies clinic.
Great. Dr. Jennifer Federico, Director of the Wake County Animal Center, thank you again for being here.
Thank you.
Coming up, we'll talk about the new online registration and reservation system available to citizens visiting all Wake County parks. Stay tuned.